Good day, goddess, enchantress. Welcome. I am Enchantress Shane. If this is your first video entrance into the enchanted world, I welcome you with all my heart. I was just wrapping up my writings for this week's Awkward Enchanted Coven, and I was doing that in my spell book, my Book of Shadows here. And I want to show you the first page. Anyway, so I pulled a card and I want to talk about and share that card with you today. And it is the Angel of Expression. She's beautiful. So I'm going to put this card here so I can see it, because self-expression is something that is so crucial to women. And there are a lot of people who are like, oh, I could never go on stage, or I'm not an artist. I hear that a lot from different women. And my truth, my belief, my passion is that all women, of course men too, but I'm mostly concerned with supporting women, have a place to go where they can self-express. Because if the self-expression doesn't come out, if it stays in the mind, or there's belittling of the self, and so it's not okay to speak, or it's not okay to speak the truth. Self-expression is a lot of different things. So we're going to cover 5 ways that you can self-express now, immediately, if not sooner. And I'm reading to you from my Book of Shadows, because being seen in self-expression is one of the first things that we do in our program together. And so when you're seen, when you're self-expressed, I've done another video on being seen, but I want to go a little deeper into self-expression, which includes communication. When you speak your truth on any platform, it could be Facebook Live, it could be in a blog, it could be in a conversation, it can be in a journal and writing, it could be through poetry, through art, painting, drawing. I mean, there's multitudes of ways that you already know to self-express. It makes it real. So the valid point of you sharing it, giving it, announcing it, declaring it, there's something really valuable in that. And the value is somebody else is actually holding that experience for you and holding that vibration for you, so that the self-doubt that A, it ever happened isn't there, because you have a witness. And B, it develops a trust in yourself that you can express what you need to and not be shamed or put down for it. Because a lot of what we self-express, as children, we were taught, like, don't do that. Be quiet, be quick, don't draw attention to yourself, just follow the rules and you'll be fine. And as witches and magical women, we know that we are priceless. We are working on knowing that we are priceless and extremely unique, and that no one else in the entire world looks like you, thinks like you, shares like you, creates like you, which makes everything you self-express one of a kind. Now, what I'm sharing with you, I'm not the only person talking about this, but because I'm living the life of self-expression, pushing my edges and boundaries where I feel really nervous and uncomfortable, that's the point for growth. So a really quick, easy, right away place that you can be visible and self-express is really calling in the angel of self-expression. And by the way, this is from the deck of Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. I love it. Tony Carmine Salerno is the creator. And you right now in this moment have a lot to share. And you might think it's bullshit. You might think it's just like something that you're experiencing in your day. But if you, one, go to wordpress.com, start your blog. And here's the cool thing. You don't even need to write your real name. You can create a ghostwriter's name, but do it. Number one thing you can do right now, right now, right now. Number 2 thing you can do right now, right now, right now, the next time some past love or somebody that you shared energy with pops into your head, and somebody might pop into your head right now with me saying that, number 2 thing you can do is write to that person. Ooh. And just write to them, hey, you popped into my mind. I hope all is well. Now you discern whether that person is safe or dangerous. Like, just do it. You're not looking for an outcome. You're just doing it so you can feel that that person came into your head and you're voicing your truth. I thought of you. That's all. If you start to weave a web of fantasy or anything else, it's already too late. Just write to that person and say hello. Okay. Number 3, we all have access to do a Facebook Live. And it's not easy to come up with a topic. What do you say? Blah, blah, blah. I invite you to do a gratitude, because you can never fail with that. Just go on. Hey, this is my first Facebook Live. I feel kind of nervous, and I'm here to share my gratitude. I'm grateful for the rain. I'm grateful for pink feathers. I'm grateful it's the full moon. Anything you desire. It doesn't need to be perfect or special. Just do it. Yay, so that's 3 things. I have 2 more, but I want to share another reason to self-express, my dear witch, is for human connection. Now, I live in New York. I live out of New York City, but it's a very moving, busy, high energy place. It's so easy to appear busy, to appear fulfilled, to just like go along your day, but actually be extremely lonely. And so when you share truth, it lifts somebody else up. Even if it's truth that you think is messy or dark or bleak, it gives them permission to speak truth. And it might not be in that moment, but the human connection happens when you self-express in a way that isn't just surface about the weather or your favorite thing or somebody else's business. When it's like, wow, I feel really scared right now and I have to go back to work. Like whatever it is, I made that up. It also brings you out of hiding. It is a hyper masculine trait, and hyper anything is not good. It's not healthy. It's not freeing. And I'm concerned with freedom. My magic is all about freedom. And so there's a release in the body, and it brings you out of hiding. And hiding, isolating, can turn to touches of depression. When you're keeping it all to yourself, you're figuring out you'll do it by yourself. You don't need anybody's help. You don't even know how to get help. There is help and healing in the sharing, in that moment. So a habit of mine would be, I go to workshops, I do these amazing things, and then I think like, oh, I'm going to start being more of whatever, more truthful, more transparent, more vulnerable tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to start this. And then one day I was made to realize like, oh, I could start that right now. And the first time I did that, I was in a workshop based on communication. It was a communication meditation, a practice called circling. And I had shared with one woman, like, I don't know how to leave the room after the event's over. I feel really stupid. I feel like I should say goodbye to everybody. And I end up wanting to leave right away. But instead, I end up staying till the end. And I wanted to leave an hour before. I said, I feel really awkward. And and this is the name, the Awkward Enchanted Coven, years later, she said to me, well, just tell people you feel awkward. And I was like, oh my God, that's genius. So I went over to a group of people. She's like, go, try it right now. You know, I didn't wait till the next day. I went over to this group of people. They were already talking. And I said to them, you know, I'm trying to leave the room. I want to say goodbye to you guys. I don't want to interrupt. And I feel really awkward. And they totally opened up their circle. They were like, oh, goodbye. We said our goodbyes. And then I was able to go to every different group and tell them I felt awkward. And now I sometimes still, I mean, my favorite thing to share is I feel really awkward right now. And it almost becomes like this running joke in my mind because people don't believe me because I've perfected looking cool in awkward situations. But I don't want to do that anymore. So it's in the coming out of the closet, coming out of the broom closet, out of the truth closet, where you get to speak, self-express. Maybe it's on a stage, maybe it's not, but you get some freedom. Your brain gets freed up. The space in your body that's holding on tight to something gets freed up. So the next two I want to share with you are super easy to do right now. That story comes because I don't want you to wait until the next day. The next thing you could do right now is when you speak to somebody, the next person you see, it doesn't even need to be somebody you know. Ooh, it's kind of witchy out. Give them a compliment. Let them know that you see them. Because when you do that, it's giving something that you're really wanting to receive yourself, and it's in the giving that you receive. When you choose to light up somebody else's day by speaking the truth and self-expressing about them, it's powerful. One of my mentors always had said, if you make the other person great, you're at least good. So go around today, make it your mission to give compliments, to give acknowledgments, and don't make them up. Let them be really genuine. All right. The last one is a dare and a challenge. And that is to create your own 3-day or a 5-day challenge of some form of self-expression. Give yourself the challenge and invite others in on that challenge as well. And some ideas are gratitude challenge, desire challenge. It could be a physical challenge. You've all seen the push-up challenge or the visibility challenge where you challenge everyone else to do a video every day for a couple days. Whatever your ideas are, it could be a self-care challenge, could be a pet challenge, could be an artistic challenge. But the dare and the fifth thing that I invite you to do for your own visibility is to create a challenge and then offer it to others. All right, folks, so Enchantress Shane signing off. Thank you for watching this message. And if you're interested in joining the Awkward Enchanted Coven, you can go to enchantedembodiment.com/coven and read about it, watch the video, but also take the questionnaire and see if it's right for you. And then we can set you up with that. Have an amazing day. I wish you all the best. I look forward to seeing you. And let's close out with the Angel of Expression. Look how beautiful she is.